What is up, everybody? This is Loudmouth. I'm Tim.
And I'm the real Ron as always. Brown chicken, brown cow.
And I'm still the fake Ron.
He is. If you want to know who the fake Ron is,
it is me. I know Melissa was asking about that the other day. I'm the fake Ron.
Yeah, we don't have secrets here.
No.
You're not Roy Jacuzzi though, right?
I told him right after I created it. I thought it was funny.
Tim, if you want to take off just a little bit, I'm gonna put some stuff on the
Gonna
internet.
share it to your peeps.
Yeah,
sweet. Sounds good. Yeah. No, we got a lot of good stuff for you today. I'm gonna go ahead and just start off with this stuff we dealt with earlier. We had to go to a parent focus group, right?
Well, we didn't have to, but we went.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to be active in your community, you kind of have.
That's what you do as fathers. Yeah.
I put that in air quotes. Let's just do that one in air quotes. Participating in the community. So the focus group was to get input from the community so that the K20 people who is they're partnered with OSSBA to come into school districts.
Hold on a second. What'd you say?
They're partnered with OSSBA.
You mean China? Sorry. Go ahead.
So they're partnered with them, and they come into the school districts and offer 5-year strategic planning. They come in, they ask people in the community their thoughts, and then they base it off of that, allegedly. That's the idea.
Allegedly.
But the reality, I think, is a little different.
We found out today.
Yeah. So,
the hard way.
Well, when they voted on it, I hadn't heard anything about that. I didn't know what K20 was. I didn't know what 5-year strategic planning was. And I'm sitting in the board meeting, Googling this stuff because they didn't have any information about it on the agenda. It was just K20 strategic planning is all they put, I think. Something like that. It
sounded really great, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what it was. And the board members didn't ask any questions. And as a matter of fact, that's what led to Margaret adding the documents into the board agenda because I talked to her after that. And I'm like, look, y'all just blew $75,000 on something I've never heard of and had no opportunity to provide any input on it, as if they would listen to me anyway, but that's beside the point.
Everybody listens to you, Tim. What are you talking about?
Well, they have to. Maybe in one ear and out the other, but still. So then they started putting the documents that the board members see in the agenda so that the public can see it and offer their insight to the board members because technically we are their constituents and they should respond to us and listen to us, but they don't. They just don't. How many responses have you gotten from the board? Maybe a couple?
Maybe a
couple of years.
And not very productive responses, I should say.
Yeah. The couple that I got were mostly, well, thanks, I got your email.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
We're still going to do whatever we want to do.
I didn't get the mailer, Damon. They didn't come back and say this email was not delivered, so I assumed that they got it anyway.
We went to this focus group this morning.
Yep.
First one, 10 a.m.
Yep.
We were there.
Yep. There was quite a few people there.
And it was pretty full.
Yeah.
And it was both sides. Obviously, there was some that were there for this planning.
I believe,
But then there were a lot of people there besides ourselves that were asking questions like, who makes the decisions?
Yeah.
Who's on the committees?
Right.
Who selected the committees?
This is where it gets good, y'all.
It does. It gets really...
Listen up, pay attention.
It gets really sad because, what was it, 37 members?
37-member committee, yep.
And we live in a town in Owasso, which is a small town. It's like 40,000 people. But we have 37, and we have, I think, 10,000 students.
9,500, I think, something.
10,000 students, 1,000 staff members.
Roughly.
And these 37 people that were listed as parents, taxpayers, community members, business leaders.
Yeah.
These 37 people are making decisions for this 5-year strategic plan that's already been done as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
It was
based on
just
the questionnaire. That's what
I mean. Take off. Tim
no,
knows a lot more about it because Tim's the research guy.
And when we first got in there, they started talking about how they impaneled the committee. right? So they're talking about, oh, we did like this lottery system where we pulled out names out of the hat. Well, first of all, the names you put into the hat, and they were members of the staff, right, from each of the districts. And then they pulled out the names, and those weren't the people that impaneled the committee. No. Those people went out and handpicked and selected the people to impanel the committee. So do you think Eric Nantois, who's a principal over at 7th Grade Center, or Tiffany Cooper, who's a principal at the high school, do you think that they're going to pick people that they don't like or don't know?
I'll just give you an example, and I don't want to be my principal at my kid's school, which is Smith.
Let them have it.
Smith Elementary. I talk to the principal every single day. This man knows that I'm involved.
Yeah.
And all the teachers know that I'm involved.
Same with me.
I haven't heard a word.
Right.
And I don't want to be involved in the committee. You don't want me on the committee, obviously.
I want you on the committee.
But there are parents that don't share my beliefs that I would really like to be on that committee, because I know that those are parents that are involved in our public schools. And they didn't hear a word either.
I didn't know it was happening.
Nobody that for the last 2.5 years, and I've met a lot of parents, I know you have too, that would love to be involved in something like that.
Myself included. Yeah.
But it was cherry picked. It completely was cherry picked.
It was cherry picked. And
it was horseshit.
And they won't tell us who's on there. And according to somebody in the audience, one of the other parents, and I put that in quotations because
who was that?
I don't know who it is, but I have a feeling there were some people there from K20 acting as parents. Now, that's complete and total, just my conspiracy brain going off. Can't prove it. Don't know it.
Are you talking about the dude with the 5 head?
No. I think he was genuine.
You think he was?
Yeah, I think he was.
He was sweaty and angry.
Maybe the woman that was down, a couple.
Oh, with the dark hair, the cute one?
Dark hair? I wasn't really paying attention. I was
now.
I was irritated the whole time.
Yeah, he was. He started off. He started it off. He was like, I got a question.
Yeah, I was asking questions. And
these people were caught off guard, too.
Yeah, and I never really got an actual, answer to my question. A lot of words came out of their mouths. They were talking, word sounds were exiting, but there was no answers, which, whatever. And then so I'd ask the same question again, but in a different way to see if so everybody started getting irritated with me, like that one guy's like, we're not even a third of the way through here and you guys won't let them finish. I'm like, dude, it is a parent focus group. They want to hear our input. I'm giving it to them. Shut the hell up.
That's the purpose of this, is what I thought.
That was my reaction.
But that wasn't the purpose of it.
Right.
The purpose was to rubber stamp and say, hey, we've went to the parents and we've went to the community and the business leaders and everybody. We've went and done this, and they've signed off. So we get all this money, and we get all this. That's the purpose of this focus group, as far as I'm concerned. It was complete bullshit.
It was. I believe that they already know what they're going to put in that plan.
They completely do.
Foregone conclusion, and the rest of it is just a formality. It's a dog and pony show, as 100%. I called it earlier. It's just a way so that they can, when they reveal the plan to us, they can say, well, this was based off of your input.
Right.
But I can already tell you what's going to be in there.
The survey shit. Talk about the survey. They took
questions on the survey.
We sent out surveys.
Yeah.
Well, you sent out surveys with bullshit answers that you forced us to choose.
Right. We had to, on some of them, we had to choose at least 5. And there were several of them where I picked several that I didn't care for. I can already tell you.
Hush.
I picked because I had to. I couldn't submit the survey until I actually, chose those answers. But so even after all of that, and them not answering questions, and me not walking away with any level of confidence in what they were doing, I get home and I start digging. And what I found,
this is what I want to hear, because I haven't heard this either.
So
go ahead.
The lady that began this, because the company used to be called ONE. I can't, and let me pull up my thing here. I've got the name of it.
Because after the meeting, I walked him out because I was like, I don't want you to get arrested. But I walked him out, and he's like, this is just horseshit. So he went home, and for 4 hours, he researched
all day.
Researched this, and he's like, he kept texting me. He's like, this is horrible. This is horrible.
Yeah, it was Oklahoma Networks for Excellence.
There you go.
In 1995. You remember what she said to us? She said that they've been doing these strategic plannings for 5 years. And prior to that, they did a bunch of research for 1 year. That is a lie. This company has been around since 1995, right? There were books written about this organization, K20, in 2009, talking about the efforts they were making towards schools. So I don't know what in the world that lady was talking about. But she was lying or misrepresenting what was going on.
Are you talking about the lady that looked like she'd been around since 94? The old lady?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
one of the presenters. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So,
Yeah.
So it was in 1995, and the executive director, her name is Mary John O'Hare. That's
Yes.
O with an apostrophe and then hair, like your, spelled like your hair. So there is a book called K20 Model for Systemic Educational something or other. Educational Change and Sustainability, Addressing Social Justice in Rural Schools and Implications for Educators in All Contexts. So, and this was written back in 2008, long before any of this stuff ever came. There's another book that she had written.
Read that one more time.
Yeah, it
about
says,
the rural schools.
K20 Model for Systemic Educational Change and Sustainability, Addressing Social Justice in Rural Schools and Implications for Educators in All Contexts.
Okay.
So it's this nice package to push social justice issues, right?
That's what it sounds like to me.
They use the terminology democratic education, but they use it incorrectly because Sudbury is a school that uses what's called democratic education, where the kids go to school and they pick what they want to learn. Like these people, they don't give them any direction. They don't say do this. They don't say do that. These kids go in there and they literally pick out what they want to learn.
All right.
All of them learn to read. Every single last one of them that come out of Sudbury, they know how to read, but they were never taught. They teach themselves. It's self-directed learning, right? That's democratic education. Well, they have hijacked that terminology in the things that she writes. So she uses that word a lot, democratic education, but that's not what she's referring to. She's not referring to the actual definition of it. But what also she has written about is what's called inoculation messaging, which is what it sounds like, where you prep somebody for something way worse down the line and then you're protected from it.
I think they did that to y'all today.
Well, in this case, so what they do is they present the message to you and then give you something to defend that message or idea or thought with, something that's easy to regurgitate. And that causes a person to basically stick to that idea no matter what somebody else says. So I feel like for the last 15, 20 years, K20 has been implementing these messages through the school districts, either through the administrators or maybe through the unions, perhaps through the OSSBA. I don't exactly know.
I do.
But they're basically setting them up so that if there's any argument against the thing that they want you to believe, you won't buy into the arguments that somebody else is saying that this is wrong or bad, because they've inoculated you from that.
Let me say this. Today I witnessed Tim, which is a rebel, but we were sitting there and they handed out pieces of paper and they said, log into this and you're going to give us feedback and input. And Tim's dipshit ass, he's like, he elbows me. He's like, watch the screen. What was it?
It was on the question where they asked, tell us what you would like the school district to continue doing that they are already doing well. And I put removing porn, typed it in.
When you typed it in, it popped up on the screen.
Yeah.
So Tim, being Tim, is like, hey.
I'm like, watch this.
Yeah. So
I thought about trolling them with
Yeah.
that. I really did.
Because
I really did.
It was wonderful. She was reading off like subliminally almost.
Yeah, that's exactly how I took that. While we're sitting there trying to come up with answers, this lady is picking stuff off of what's popping up and reading it to us. Constant. I mean, I couldn't even think because I was writing on the paper too, and I'm like, oh my God, lady, would you shut up?
And I'm over here like I'm running like 3 different pages, so I'm not participating, but I'm like,
yeah. And then that's another problem I had with you're talking about community input, right?
Right.
They gave us 5 6-7 minutes for each of these questions to just type in these little blurbs, and it was only like 250 characters or something about what we wanted. And it's like, you could have given these questions to us beforehand so we could have thought about what we wanted to say.
But that was purposeful because these meetings were only an hour long.
And then I heard diversity.
Diversity.
And equity. Somebody, of course, put that in there.
Of course.
And let's face it, all of it was anonymized, right?
Just to be clear, we're not against diversity
No, of
and
course
equity.
But those terms are often used in conjunction with other crazy things that are questionable.
Have no place in public schools as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, and again, that's my conspiracy brain going off.
Right.
It's hard to prove any of that stuff.
There's
a lot of, the DEI talk and stuff. It seems bad, but there's, you know what I mean?
And
I don't completely buy into that stuff. I'm still on the fence about it, but
I say that I was running through pages, but I had a bunch of parents texting me that weren't able to make that meeting or any of the meetings. And they're like, what's going on? I was like, this is horseshit. This is what they're doing.
Right.
They're taking up our entire time. They don't have answers to our questions because we had a couple of good questions. Are you choosing 37 people to speak for a town of 40,000?
right. Which is what they did.
Can we talk to these people to make sure that they are
No.
representing what we as parents or stakeholders want? And no. We had a lady that was there. She was very special needs advocate.
That was one of her big issues with special needs stuff.
How do we get special needs into this?
Right. And then a lot of words would come out.
Right.
And not a lot of answers.
And the deal is it's already done.
It is.
It's done.
And then she even kind of admitted that towards the end. She's like, well, we have our planning or our strategic planning of the other schools online. You can go and read those. And then she's like, but you'll find a lot of similarities in there. And why? And in my mind, I'm thinking, because you do the same crap to every school. This is bullshit.
Every school. You take taxpayer money and you tell and you tell taxpayers what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit about what taxpayers want done.
Right.
And these school board members, they just give it to you.
And then you handpick people that you know are going to go in there and say, as an administrator, what you want them to say.
It's a racket.
It is. It's BS, and I don't feel represented at the school. And in fact, I was really happy with the district last week. I know you guys, those of you that watched the last one, I was singing their praises. But this week, I'm like, okay, Margaret, what are you doing?
Right back to the same shit.
You Dr. Coates.
Oh, did you?
I dropped the doctor. You noticed that?
Went back to
Marge
Margaret
again. Marge or Margaret, sorry.
And she wasn't there. And at the parent meeting, neither school board member were there. Neil and that other person.
They showed up later, apparently.
Neil and the other person that I don't recognize as a school board member.
Right.
She showed up.
Rhonda?
Whatever her name is. I can't even speak her name.
The drunkard?
Hush. She's a school board member, apparently. I don't recognize her. Anyway, Neil showed up. Did he speak to you?
No, I didn't even see him there.
No.
He didn't say nothing to me. They don't want to talk to me. I emailed them about the pornographic material, and only one of them responded. Only one.
Who would want to speak to an active, involved parent?
Apparently not the school board, which, I'm their constituent.
And
this after Neil had previously said, all right, we sit down and get coffee. And in my head, I'm thinking, Neil, I know you're running. So all of a sudden now you want to talk. And then when the porn stuff come out, they don't want to discuss anything with me.
I've had prominent members of our community text me today. How did the meeting go? What was the focus group about? Are they being legitimate? And my answer is no, they're not. They're not being transparent. It's a setup. It's a farce. They've already done it. It's done. They're taking our money. My issue is they said they would take this to the board in May.
Yeah.
With the results.
Right. It'll be voted on.
It'll be voted on. It'll be rubber stamped.
Yeah.
This is why it's so important that we as parents get parents that are active in this type of stuff on the school board.
It really is. Yeah, it really is, because they're literally at this point, there is nothing I or you or anybody can do about it.
Nothing.
It's already done. And you had asked a question along those lines, like,
I did.
But it's already in process, and they're going to do what they're going to do.
Because that was my thought was, if it's not already done,
right?
How do
we stop it?
Yeah, how do we stop it? But they were like, no, it's done. We've signed.
Yeah,
We got our money.
And then the women in the back or one of the
Yeah.
they were laughing about that question, and I'm like,
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm like, get out of here. These are K20 employees. I felt
Right.
like. And Jennifer, thank you, by the way. I appreciate the comment. I just saw it.
Jennifer who? What?
Johnson, she's
Oh.
listening. I
love Jennifer Johnson.
I wasn't even looking at the comments. Sorry about
my
that.
sis.
Casey says, "Let's go, Ryan Walters." Woo, go Casey. Not answering questions means guilty. Yep. Efforts to not do anything and collect God knows how much money. Yep. Yeah, he's right. Casey's right.
Did
Yeah,
Casey friend you on Facebook?
He did. Yeah.
Casey's my type of people. Casey is not Tim's type. And we've been getting
I'm everybody's type of people.
Well, we've been getting a lot
except
of
for
this.
the people I'm not the type of people.
We're
want to be
we're real. We call balls and strikes. If it's right, it's right.
Right.
If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah, that was something I did want to clarify to everybody out there watching. I may upset you, whether you're a liberal or a conservative, because I consider myself more liberal, but I have no loyalty to either party. I don't like either one of them, to be quite honest with you.
He doesn't.
They
I
both
do,
suck.
though. I do.
Like Biden, I'll make fun of that dude all day, which actually reminds me, My Son Hunter, I think is the name.
Oh, have you?
my God.
Oh,
The trailer.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
oh.
Should I show it? Let me
let's
open
show
it
that
up.
because
Okay.
he sent this to me the other day.
I was laughing
This was-
so hard.
this was beautiful.
All right, so give me a second. I got to open it up because
He sent it to. I hadn't even seen it. He's like, "Hey, did you see this?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, it
and
is-
I was like, "Oh my
it is
gosh, this
hilarious.
beautiful." Give us
gotta-
just a second. We'll pull it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause it.
If
real
you
quick.
haven't seen this, watch this real quick.
Oh, it's awesome. I actually got to turn the. Oh, it's starting.
So I'll tell you what's going.
Hold on. All right, I got to turn the volume down so we don't get feedback here, and then switch this scene over. 1 second, guys. Sorry. We'll get this worked out eventually. All right, here we go. Let me put it in full screen. There we go.
Going down.
You know who I am.
They told me you were VIP. Well connected to the government.
What kind of a moron forgets to pick up his laptop at a repair shop? You're a Biden. Act like one. Everything he built, his life, I just ruined it all. I want to know everything that's on that laptop that can ruin my erection. My friends, it's time to party!
Yeah, didn't you know? I'm taking control. I make an appearance and I gotta go. Cause I get them dancing with their hands up. Yeah, I walk in and they go bananas. I'm a bad, yeah.
I'm an artist.
And they're cheering my
Tell me how I can help you.
I don't deserve help. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I've been through worse.
You're the smartest man I know. Thanks, Dad. I just wish I could smack some sense into you. I'll never forget Corn Pop. He was a bad dude. No joke. Dad, we were talking about suffering. No.
I can't seem to find anything but positive stuff on the Bidens.
Who's the point man for the foreign policy in the Obama regime?
Joe Biden. So it looks like you need $1 billion.
So the obvious next question is,
Where's Hunter? I can remember getting paid some money, but I can't remember what for. Well, my dad says we never discuss my businesses, period. Or my cut.
what's happening in there? Joe's in on it.
Party's over!
You had everything, Hunter, and you threw it all away. You hope the laptop will take down everybody with you.
Get out! China's not our enemy. They're not bad folks. I love my dad, and I just want to make him proud. I am the one who brings in all the deals. I am the one.
I love the trailer.
Oh my God, it's so, I'm watching.
Good boy.
When is it? Is it already out?
No, not yet. I don't know when it's coming out. True story. I love that trailer.
I like that. Yeah.
All right, now let's bring us back. All right, y'all. That was pretty awesome. Let us know what you thought in the comment section. It's hilarious.
I love that.
It's hilarious.
And
Yeah.
the lady that's a Secret Service, she's smoking ass hot too. I'll just
I
say
didn't
that
even
right.
notice.
Yeah. No, I know you didn't, but yeah.
But
Oh, that was awesome. That
yeah,
was awesome.
no, and there's a segue into that I was going to talk about. See, we had all these things set up. We were going to talk about this stuff the other night, and then all that stuff happened. I had to go to a show, and
Oh
You know,
yeah,
oh my God.
He was. Oh yeah.
I was up at 4:30 one morning, and I didn't leave that party until 3:00 the next morning. I don't think I went to bed till like 4.
No, we talked all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when I woke up at 11, oh my God, dude, I could barely move. It was.
And then Monday, I
I'm
had
not
to
20
go.
anymore.
Yeah, Monday I had to go MC for Elena Ashley over at
Right.
Tulsa.
So, because we were going to do it Monday.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna-
figured I'd be okay, but
I double booked, but and that went really well. Did I tell you about that?
no.
Let me tell you about that real
No.
quick.
Well, tell them about it.
Well,
I'll listen.
Yeah, I went over and MC'd, moderated. What I was like Maury Povich. I was like, hey, here you go. I was taking mics around to people, and I had a great time. That's my thing. I love bringing people together. And Elena Ashley is a TPS board member for TPS District 4, and she holds community meetings on the last Monday of every month. And she's been having some problems lately because she's been having a group of people coming to the meetings, disrupting and this and that. She's like, hey, Ron, I need you to help moderate. That's me.
You was there as security.
That's me. I do that. I bring people
You were
together.
security.
I'll tell you this. I sat down in the table in front of this group of people that came to disrupt, and the lady and I, we were just passing the mic back and forth, and we spoke and talked for like 10 minutes.
That's funny.
And
How
at
long
the-
was it?
It was 2 hours. But at the end of the conversation between her and I, she was like, hey, I agree with what I'm just going to tell y'all. I agree with what some of the stuff he's saying. And it was just, it was almost beautiful. I was like, yes, we have to come together and figure out teachers, parents, students. That's
Did
what
you
we're
plug
here for.
Loudmouth?
I did.
You did?
I did. Yeah. I'm trying to make that money,
Oh,
son. Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Don't think
up?
I'm doing
Gotta
this because
spread
I
the
love.
word.
Don't think I'm doing this because I love y'all. I'm
If
trying to
y'all
make some
haven't
money.
shared it or subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon so you can get updates.
Also, real quick.
Shameless plug.
We're coming up with advertising packages.
Possibly. We're still working
gonna
on
do
that.
it.
I don't want to announce anything yet because nothing's official, but yeah, we're definitely working on that.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about
The more
that.
people learn, the more people learn.
Yeah. I've
Right?
never done any of that, but it's something that's going to happen at some point. So might as well do it now instead of wait till later when,
Yeah.
when
Don't
we have
react.
like 1 million subscribers, because
Right.
it's going to happen.
Don't react. Proact.
Right. Exactly. Got to get it. Get it while the getting's good, y'all. What was it?
The committee meetings. That's going on tomorrow too. Correct.
Yes, I thought about showing up to one of
think
those.
we need
again.
to.
Yeah. To ask more questions and so that I can put more suggestions up on the board.
We need to post that on the Loudmouths page.
What's that? Oh, yes,
The
we do.
times for
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah, we sure do. Yeah, we'll do that after the show's over, or maybe after I get home. It takes a little bit to break everything down. But I was going to cover something. Zuckerberg had talked about admitting to suppressing the story about Hunter Biden. Now, we all know New York Post had posted it on Twitter.
Please tell them that you are not a Trump. You can't stand Trump.
Oh, no, I can't stand Trump. But I voted for Trump the first time. I did vote for Trump the first time.
Why didn't you vote for him second time?
Because he was terrible. Because I thought
Because of the way he talked?
No, I
Or his
thought he was
policies
just
or what?
everything about that man. I could not stand. I couldn't
love
get
his
behind
policies.
anything, any part of that guy. So right here, and I'll pull it up on the screen. Boom, should be able to see it now. Yeah, Zuckerberg admits Facebook suppressed the Hunter Biden laptop story. Now, they called people like us crazy when this came out. They called us conspiracy theorists on Twitter, all that kind of nonsense. But here he is coming out later that, in fact, if you look right here, I'm going to highlight this. The FBI told them that they should look out for Russian misinformation. So they reached out to them before this even dropped and said, hey, we got Russian misinformation coming. You're going to have to watch out for that stuff. And so these, social media companies are then, doing that for shilling basically for the Democrats, I guess you could say. Not that we didn't vote for Hunter. He's not our president.
No.
Nobody really cares. I don't personally care, but I do think it's hilarious.
It is hilarious. And that's been going on for years, all the way back to like Kennedy, right?
Yep. Yep.
Everybody's got a scandal.
Everybody does. Yeah. And in this case, because Hunter actually didn't have he had a lot of loss and trauma in his childhood. I think it was his, Joe's wife and 2 of his kids were killed in
Joe's
car
wife and
accident?
daughter were killed in a car
Was it
accident.
just the wife and daughter? I thought it was 2 of his children.
his wife and daughter were killed in a car accident, and then his son, I can't remember
Killed
his
himself
name.
or something?
No, he died of cancer.
Yeah.
He was wonderful dude.
Right.
Died of cancer, but he served in the military. I can't remember what his name is though.
Yeah. Something like that.
let me Google it.
Yeah, we'd have to look it up. You're going to Google that? Okay.
Because I need to speak his name because he was a good guy. He was a good guy.
Yeah. So, there was some trauma there. So, it is what it is. Some trauma
But
can cause,
Hunter, and-
drug issues
yeah.
later on in the future,
I'm not faulting Hunter for his drug issues,
yeah.
but I'm faulting Joe for saying I've never spoke to Hunter about his business dealings. Come on,
Biden.
I mean,
Now also, and let's point this out, this is something they all do, okay? And to some degree, I get it. If my kid was
his son Bo.
Bo, that's right, yes.
Bo Biden was a good.
But if I had a kid and I was in a position to help my child, I would want to do that.
Absolutely. What parent wouldn't?
I wouldn't want to do it unethically, mind you, but at the same time, so I can, to a degree understand what happened there. But if it's bringing the United States money into it and all of that stuff,
right?
You got to draw the line somewhere. I think that's a pretty good line to draw.
Same thing with Trump.
Right. And his kids, yeah, his old freaking family, except for Mary. He didn't want her in the
I just think that Trump is smart enough to make sure he keeps his kids out of the.
Well, even they turned on him. Ivanka turned on him to a degree. Yeah, people believe that she was the mole.
You think so?
That's the what people are gathering from it. They believe she was the mole.
In this day and age, I would not be surprised. But I don't.
She had come out after with the whole election thing when they were
I know, yeah.
and she said that based off of what Bill Barr said, she was going based off of what Bill Barr had said and evidence that came out that he did lose.
What do you think about Bill Barr?
I think he's a piece of crap.
I think he's a yes man.
I think, he was just a sycophant, and he always was. He was always a piece of crap.
I completely
He was a piece of crap when he was in there under.
Completely believe that. George Bush.
Bush. Yeah. He was a piece of crap then. He's a piece of crap now.
I don't have a lot of.
But even a piece of crap has a line.
Right. Well,
you know what I mean? Because look at how much of a shill he was for Trump all the way through. I mean, it was that was his job. I mean, that's his boss, right?
Exactly.
But then when it came to that, he was like, no,
right,
we're not gonna.
If Trump hired me to do that job, and Trump was like, "You say this, you say this,"
right? Yeah, you need to back me.
There's
no matter
a point
what.
to where I'm like, "No, fuck off, Trump."
Yep, and that was Bill Barr's point. I was actually very surprised to see.
But I do like Trump. Just saying.
Going against, yeah. Now, okay, so I'm going to be honest. There are policies that I didn't totally disagree with. I agree largely with I don't agree with the way he went about the border wall and the methods he used. But I agree that we need to shut the border down and stop people from being able to come over, and obviously give them a way to come here legally.
I think that's the funniest shit ever. That Abbott is sending those people to D.C. and stuff.
It's as a troll, it's probably the best troll in the U.S. for the last several years. It's hilarious.
Why not?
But it's also kind of disgusting to me. Like, it's like
you're using the people as a
right, and you're ruining somebody else's community. The people don't necessarily agree with, what I mean, with what's going on there.
But they're in the United States, whether it's Texas or D.C.
We'll take you here for $50, or we'll drop you 1,200 miles this way,
right,
for free.
Right. Come on, Tim.
It's fucking funny. It is hilarious.
Abbott,
it's funny.
I love you. I wish
it's
I
funny.
wish I knew how to donate to your campaign because that was fucking phenomenal.
I don't agree with it, but I can sit here and laugh about it because it's a pretty good troll.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes a good point, I should say. And now those cities are like, oh my God, we got all these illegal immigrants running around here.
We need federal relief.
Food.
They're filing like emergency disaster, but you're not
yeah.
expecting Texas to do that?
Yeah, no.
Come on.
Another policy I agree with Trump on is, but I think we are long past the time for it to have been put into place, and that was the tariffs. When I was in college years and years and years ago, I actually did a speech about tariffs and we needing to protect our manufacturing, but we still had some manufacturing at the time. We don't have anything anymore. There's,
But why don't we?
Because Bill Clinton decided he wanted to ship this crap off so that his buddies could get him some more money. That's what that's all about.
Exactly.
But then it just continued. Nobody stopped it. It just continued. Nobody wanted to put it until they were all gone. All the jobs are gone.
Let me just say this. Do you not think Trump putting tariffs on all these countries was not a huge message? Bring those businesses back to the United States.
It was, but it wasn't effective. It didn't do anything. All it did was break tensions with it. That's what I'm saying. We're so far along in the fact that we've moved all of that stuff over and grown China. We are the reason that China is as huge as they are.
Absolutely.
That's the fault of Clinton, Bush, Obama, and the rest of them.
Especially Obama.
Yeah, they've grown this. That's why I don't have any loyalty to party, because these people are all about money. Their color is green. It's not blue and red. It's freaking
I like
green.
that. That's nice. I can't say that, but because I love the Republican Party. But
for the most part, it's true. There are very few politicians that
we know one politician.
Yeah.
That is absolute.
Yeah.
I love him.
Fair-minded, open-minded.
And
you call it like it is.
Call it like it is. He wants to bring both. He wants to bring everybody together. And I just got to mention, because I love the man.
Yeah.
And he hasn't paid you that I know of.
No.
And he hasn't paid me.
Nobody pays me. I'm actually broke now because of all this crap.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
We're
So
both.
if you want to make a donation,
subscribe.
help me out.
Hit the bell.
Yeah. Now I'm having to work overtime.
Chris Banning. I'll just say
Chris Banning.
I love Chris. We got him elected, and you were part of that.
Well, I didn't get him elected, but I did my part, whatever little part that was.
Chris is a Republican.
Yeah, I wrote the article.
Chris is a Republican conservative.
Yeah.
And you wrote a tremendous.
Yeah, matter of fact, I can
bring that up and show him.
If I can find it.
This dude is an independent, liberal, Democrat, socialist, whatever.
I actually prefer socialist.
Democrat, socialist, right?
See, I'm an economic socialist, but I'm not a socialist of,
You don't believe everything should be socialist.
Nope. That's democratic socialist is very, very different from socialist.
Like healthcare, stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe personally that there are things in life that shouldn't have a profit margin attached to it. Education, healthcare,
necessities,
that kind of thing. Yes, water, internet,
right,
stuff like that. I mean, internet to me now is a utility, or at least it should be.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they should list it, because other countries like South Korea, their internet is like twice as fast as ours, and it is like a third of the cost. Yeah, and the way they've done it is that they built all the network, right? So the government owns the network, but then they lease the network out to companies who basically make all of their money off of the services. But they treat their customers better than the next company, but it's still the same internet, and it's really fast.
In South Korea?
South Korea, yeah.
But South Korea is like a little America.
I mean, I don't know much about like their culture and stuff. I'm sure it's quite a bit different than ours, but in terms of their internet access, even their mobile internet is faster than ours.
Really?
Yeah.
And the country north of them is just dark.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I actually kind of feel bad for North Korea because they were pushed into that position, I think. All the sanctions, because when the U.S. slaps sanctions on you and does
it for like 3 generations, though.
Right. Since the Korean War, yeah. I mean, we never relented. And that's my view. I know others are going to disagree, but I feel like if we, and that was another thing I liked about Trump. he was willing to talk to him. Nobody else would.
Because business.
He was willing to talk to him. Yeah. And that's, I've never seen that in my lifetime. So I certainly appreciated that.
My father, who you've created the fake Ron, so you stole my father flew a Cobra attack helicopter in Vietnam, but he has flown the demilitarized zone. He's like, it's where they clear the lines for the, hang on a second. I got kids.
There's some ruckus going on downstairs. Looks like the real Ron's going to take care of that. But yeah, I know what he's talking about. Demilitarized zone. I mean, they'll shoot people trying to cross North Korea. I'm not going to, make excuses and say they're a great country, but I really believe that they were forced into that. I think, just this constant, well, you can't get access to oil, so they have to go on the black market to get this stuff. It's like a druggie. Somebody's addicted to drugs or whatever, opiates. If you take it away from them, they're going to find another way to do it. And that's where cartels come from. That's why I'm also a proponent of legalizing all the drugs. Give everybody access to it if they need it, and then also provide the help that they need to, to get rid of whatever addiction that they have. The humane approach.
I'm back.
You're back. He's back.
I got kids. I got 3 kids. They're downstairs wrestling. That's what we do.
But come Thursday,
Office
we should
space.
have internet going.
Office space.
Yep, come Thursday. I believe it's Thursday. The 1st, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Thursday on the 1st. We got our producer over here giving us messages.
Yeah. She's giving us thumbs up.
Pretty fair messages.
Yeah.
There's 2 fingers. Not going to tell you which ones.
Yeah. I started a fight with Rob Miller.
Oh, right.
Do you know who that is?
A Bixby guy, a superintendent or something?
Yeah, he's superintendent down in Bixby.
I did see a video he did where he was announcing the weather closing. Did you ever see that?
No.
It was hilarious.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy.
Huh.
Yeah, because it was, I guess he had gotten a couple of kids to do like a little cheer or whatever, and he was delivering.
I'm going to show you an email I sent.
Oh, let's see the email.
To Rob and family down in Bixby.
All right, let's see this. Well, I wish I could put it up on the screen.
I know, I didn't think about it, but
let's see. Oh, I thought that said Rob Cosby.
No.
Let's see.
The email states, I would like to make a request for everything between the superintendent, Rob Miller, and the Bixby Public School Board for the last 6 months.
Man, that's going to cost a little bit.
Do you remember what happened with Amy Fitchner and the board?
Yeah. Oh, there's going to be all kinds of weird
Over
stuff in there.
2,000 emails.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff gets pricey, y'all. When we do those open records
I think
requests,
we spent like $600.
Yeah.
But the community
even the
came
small
forward.
ones are, yeah.
I had members of the community. I spent a little bit, but I had members of the community like giving out money.
Yeah.
We want to see those type of emails.
Yeah, over the last year, I think I've spent $150 just on my own little, things that I get.
Tell them you can it's real easy.
It's very, very simple. Just Google, if you're in Owasso, just Google Owasso open records request, and then it'll be one of the top links in there.
Yeah.
Google's pretty good about that.
I think we're fixing to fill out another one for Owasso too, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
We've got a hot one on.
Sorry,
there.
Margaret. We're coming.
Margaret.
Yeah, we got to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? How long have we
can't-
been live? I don't want to keep everybody too long, but I mean, we're having fun. I'm having fun.
Margaret, you can't go on the
Man.
Amy Fitchner playbook and expect
that's what-
to get the same results.
Yeah. What is going? Oh, that's the wrong account. I opened up the wrong account.
How long we been on here?
I don't know. I don't have my live up. Let me see. We'll figure it out. What do you got?
I got
42 minutes. Okay.
40 yeah, we're not
still got
bad.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 15 minutes or so.
And we actually got 7 people still watching.
Yeah. Hey, what's up to everybody out there? Please leave a comment in
Tell
there.
your friends.
Yeah, actually, your comments help to boost our rankings in YouTube, so feel free to let us know. I try to remember to look down, but sometimes I miss it because I get to talking. That's what we do.
And Casey Mayer, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Casey is down in Lawton area.
Lawton.
A lot of shady stuff going on in Lawton. We might have to make a road trip down to Lawton.
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 We're gonna have to make that circle of board meetings.
We really are. Yeah, that's important.
I still haven't got that stack of hustlers, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. But Casey, tell your friends to subscribe and check out our Facebook pages. Loudmouths,
Hey,
the
we got
real
10
Ron
watching
Ron.
now.
Yeah. Casey is a big deal down in Lawton. We have some. If y'all heard that was my wife screaming at kids.
It's still going on.
We're like low budget here, but yeah,
just the camera. That's the only thing really we need to upgrade is that camera.
But we're fam, right?
Yeah.
This is Casey down in Lawton. If you have friends that have information that we may not have or need to know, let us know.
Yeah.
You friended
Blast
Tim,
it out.
right?
Yeah.
You know Casey.
Yeah, if you want to remain anonymous, trust me, I don't mind ruffling feathers. It's like that's why I was like, they should have put me on the committee meeting because somebody in there had said, well, somebody from the community may target these committee members if you know who they are. I'm like, man, if these people are worried about something that they say or implement in the school, if they're scared about that,
what's
then
the point?
Why are you even on there in the first place?
Yeah.
Like if you have a good conviction, stick to it. To hell with everybody else. So what if they, get upset or whatever?
If you can't
piss
take
people off all the time,
right,
So
and
do you.
I do. Oh, daily,
all the time, yeah.
if
We don't
not
care.
hourly.
Yeah.
And I pick fights, and I sent him a text the other day. I was like, I'm fixing to pick a fight, and he said, "Go ahead."
Hey, I don't remember what I said, but he said pecking a fight. What did I say? Oh, they're going to call you a chicken if you peck a fight.
Yeah, if you pick a fight, you get chicken shit.
He spelled it P-E-C-K.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
That's
fixing to
good.
peck a fight. That's
Yeah.
your wife.
Is it?
She's like, y'all suck.
No, I think that's our. We're just gonna. Yeah. See, you can go to follow us on TikTok, and you'll get those little updates too.
Yeah.
There's my wife.
There she.
What's up, Purple
Christy.
Crunch? Say
Oh,
hello to
oh, you
say hello to
blasted
Purple
her
Crunch.
out.
Yeah, I did. Hey, informants, we need to share when we are doing open records requests so we don't pay twice for the same info.
Oh,
That's a
good.
great point,
That's a good
Dana.
point.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Talk to each other.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll publish stuff on my page. We can just blast it on Loudmouths on the Facebook anytime we do an open records request.
Or if you are doing an open records request, just let us know. We won't blast you out, but we'll let everybody else know
say-
that this is what's going on.
For a record for this is being requested.
Yes, good job.
Yeah, because I actually had sent I sent a request. Now this one won't cost any money because you are allowed to get all of the educational records for your children for free, and I requested all of them for both my kids, for all of the schools that they've been to, as it relates to the social media monitoring stuff. I want to know what data they have access to. And I gave them 45 days to do it. I'm not sure how much time is left, but I want to know. Yeah. Yeah, because now they got that Lightspeed crap.
Right.
And they can sell your data whenever.
And if anybody is unfamiliar or wants to know how to do these processes, contact Tim or I. We've done these.
Yep. Over and over again.
We know where to go, who to talk to, how the verbiage.
Yep. And it's actually, there's a video on Loudmouths. It's the first one that we uploaded. I just put it up there because I just recorded it from the board meeting. Mm-hmm. I had written all of these speeches, and I'm serious. Like, the speech was, I didn't prepare that. But I was preparing speeches, writing them, but it just got to the point. I'm like, man, these MFers don't care.
Why do you say MFers? Because I will say it, but you say
Well,
MFers.
it's YouTube. I don't want to get,
okay.
I hate to censor myself, but we're trying to grow here. If we had 1 million subscribers, I'd be, I
I'm
used
like
to be a
going
truck
all
driver.
Joe Rogan and shit.
Yeah,
on y'all. I'm
I
like,
used to be a truck driver, so, I can curse.
MFers.
And you can ask Purple Crunch. Tell him, Christy. Tell him. Get him. She knows. She has to calm me down.
That is an excellent idea, though. She just said
Yeah.
that's a. If
She's
you-
only doing that to show support for me because,
She's talking about.
My wife, she
she's
loves
talking
me.
about Dana.
oh. Well,
Yeah.
Well,
So,
whatever.
anyway.
Well, thanks anyway, Christy.
Yeah.
I see how you are.
Dana, great idea.
It is a great idea.
Oh, Carrie sent. Who is it?
Carrie says, cut loose, guys. What's up, Carrie?
Oh, Carrie's watching. You know
what's
Carrie?
up, man? Yeah.
I love
he's at the
Carrie.
board meetings.
Carrie's like, "Are you going to run for school board member?"
yeah.
Like, Carrie, I got too much stuff on my OCSN to run for school board member.
You
Carrie's
never
like,
have too much
yeah.
stuff on your OSCN.
That's like a resume.
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're gonna start a gang. Like, so, tickets.
I love Carrie. He's a grandfather here in Owasso, and he's a good dude. I appreciate everybody watching. I think we're going to check out.
Yeah, I think so. What do you got? Well, we got 10 minutes left.
Oh, we do.
I don't have
let's
anything
wrap
else.
up.
We can just talk. So, again, Thursday coming up, should have the office space. I am hoping that the lighting in there, because we haven't tested the lighting yet.
It's a great space, though.
It's a great space. Plus, we have a green room for our guests when they come.
Oh,
so if you're watching this,
should I tell him
what's that
about Ryan Walters?
about?
I haven't even told you, have I?
No, I don't know. Huh? Is he? Oh yeah, no, you did.
Yeah,
you told me.
Hey, we got some. Y'all need to pay attention because we're going to have some special guests come on our show. Tim is reaching out to the, I guess, left side of the aisle.
I'm trying, but
Why is that so difficult?
I don't know. They want to live in their bubble, and that's
Because of me?
No,
They think I'm just going to
I think,
you're not going to do the same thing with Ryan if he ever came on here.
Well, because we talked about this, how we're going to do the guests, because it was either we could do an interview or we could just sit there and just shoot the shit and have a conversation with them. I feel like I want to just do that because we're not news anchors.
No, I'm not a journalist.
CNN.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we need to have that level of stuff. Plus, I want people to come here and just be themselves so everybody can see how they are as a person. Just sit there and have a conversation. We can talk about aliens. I don't care. Talk about aliens or...
Do you watch Ancient Aliens?
Oh, I love Ancient Aliens.
We watched
That
the
dude
monoliths. Oh, Giorgio.
Oh, my God. That guy's awesome.
I watched the monoliths last night with the
I love that stuff.
Oh,
I get into like
my wife's
cabras and all that.
my wife's like, turn that shit off. It's gonna give me nightmares. I'm like, we're watching this.
Oh man, yeah. There's a lot of good documentaries out there. And Dana says apparently lawbreaker is now a requirement to be a board member in Owasso.
Dana, stop. Dana, that's old stuff. Dana's still wounded
Because they hide behind their keyboard. Boom,
Boom.
You got it. That's my wife. Way to represent.
Speak to Dana's comment real quick. So, in case you don't know, you may speak to because
go for it.
Dana's comment. Okay, apparently lawbreaker is now a requirement to be a board member in Owasso.
Yeah, that's funny.
Admittedly, Stephanie Ruttman, Jordan Corfage,
the director of communications,
Jordan Corfage, Stephanie Ruttman, Amy Fitchner have all admitted they hired Stephanie Ruttman as a substitute teacher and paid her while she was a candidate for school board, which is against Oklahoma statute, and against Owasso public school policy.
And it was weird because at the time I thought surely they're and
it was black and white.
It seems like a petty thing, but there's a huge conflict of interest there.
Huge.
And I also
so
want
glad
to
you
point
brought
out.
this up.
I also want to point out that Stephanie, she wasn't a teacher for like basically her entire life. She just got away from the teaching and then all of a sudden came back, wanted to be a teacher the very moment she also wanted to run.
Right.
Now, Stephanie, I don't know you. If you're ever listening to this, I just want to say,
she's
I
listening.
don't hate you.
I don't hate her.
I just, the whole situation and, but I do appreciate the email
and
if you are listening.
And you told me not to bring this up, but I'm going to bring this up.
What is it?
Plaque.
I didn't say not to bring PLAC up.
Because Stephanie Ruttman.
It's crazy.
Stephanie Ruttman is the admin. Oh. You did.
Yeah. No, I never said not to bring it up.
You said I would look like a chicken shit if I brought it up.
No, I think you were saying you were going to peck a fight.
Oh, maybe. Stephanie Ruttman, who is a sitting board member for Owasso Public Schools, is also the admin for Owasso PLAC. Okay. And she said, and she's like, we're going to bring you all the information for both state superintendent candidates, meaning Jenna Nelson
Right.
and Ryan Walters. And then Stephanie Ruttman's ass is up in the city taking pictures with Gina Nelson.
she was.
Being a sitting member of the Owasso PLAC and a sitting board member of Owasso Public Schools. How is that non-bias, which is what they claim that they are as far as PLAC, which is Parent Legislative Action Committee?
Well,
Please explain this to me.
I don't think she posted the picture on PLAC.
She didn't.
It was on her own page. Mm-hmm. And, even you said, we're all Americans. We're entitled to support
Correct.
whoever we want. That's, I'm not going to falter for that. I don't see the conflict there necessarily because she is a board member, but she's still entitled to support whoever she wants to. But the PLAC post that you showed me, I didn't really see anything wrong with it. Because they showed both, and they said you can vote for whoever you want. They even said that. Now, they did do the hashtag OklaEd and a hashtag public schools or something like that.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You know that I love Ryan.
Yeah.
If I was a fucking admin for the PLAC for Owasso,
Right.
and I posted, we're going to give you all the pertinent information for both candidates unbiasedly,
Yeah.
would you trust me?
No.
That's all.
No.
That's all.
But
I
that's
need to
only
say.
if I know who you support. You know what I mean?
It's
those people
Owasso.
may not know. Yeah. But some people will know. Some may not know.
You understand the optics there.
Well, sure. I mean, I get it. But again, just because you're in the public eye doesn't mean that you don't get to say out loud that you support somebody. But if you're also the person that is trying to I see what you're saying.
Yes.
But I don't know that it rises to the level of an issue for me.
If
PLAC is a piece of crap anyway.
piece of shit organization.
I don't have the thing here, but remember the email I sent
Yes.
where I created that Facebook page, Owasso PLAC, and they're like, we're, telling, they wanted me to take it down because.
And it's still
I was
up, by the way.
I was using their nomenclature. And I responded to that, and I'm like, well, no.
It's still.
Technically, I'm not using your nomenclature because that's an acronym. And see, had I said Parent Legislative Action Committee or whatever it is.
And if you type in Owasso PLAC, you can either join Tim's Owasso PLAC.
Come on in.
Or Owasso PLAC, whatever. I'm part of both.
Theirs has more members, but mine's fun because you can post whatever you want in there. I don't care. I don't.
Well, not everything, because you've blocked me in there before. You're like, this has nothing to do. This has nothing to do with legislation. I'm like, whatever. Tim.
Oh, maybe I did. I might have. Well, that was originally though because I really was trying to, but I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this.
Hey,
shit.
I'm gonna talk for a second. Read this, scared ass.
Who's that? Where? What am I reading?
Right here. I accidentally hit a button and try. Yeah.
That's funny.
Scared.
Are you gonna tell? You
No,
tell
I don't-
I'll read
nah.
it. That's funny. That's funny.
I'll tell because I don't give a shit about PLSC. Okay.
That's funny.
One of the admins for the Owasso PLAC, I was messing around on my computer the other day, and I was under the real Ron page.
The real Ron.
And a lot of groups don't allow you to join as a page, which I understand. But I clicked the button to join, and it was like denied. So then this admin sends out, and hey, I wanted to let you know that I accidentally approved your request to join the OPLAC as the real Ron. We are only approving people, not pages. I didn't see an action to remove the real Ron. Still trying to figure out how, so I blocked you.
You got blocked.
I did. The real Ron got blocked.
You get blocked a lot. So do I, though.
But on that page, they will
That's
post
funny.
shit all the time from the
Yeah.
PLAC from the state,
Right.
and I can't see it because they blocked me as a parent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they blocked me. Of course.
Oh, I'm sure they
It's
did.
a little understandable after the whole PLAC debacle when it was the executive directors. I actually had somebody reach out to me and they were like, who were the directors in that email? Because the bottom, they listed all their names.
Yeah, like
they
7 of
all
them. Yeah.
signed on to it together, this email to tell me. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not changing nothing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
like-
wish they had like email emojis. It's
Yeah,
like,
because I asked them if they would let me head that because they were blocking everybody on the PLAC for Owasso. They were, being very, very biased. There's a specific person that was doing this, and they ended up having to shut it down, remember?
Right.
They shut it down for a long time, and they weren't bringing it back up. So I'm like, hey, this is a defunct page. Let me take over. I'll do it. And then they didn't answer.
They were.
And they wouldn't let me, and so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just
It wasn't
go ahead and do it myself.
It wasn't a parent legislative action committee. It was a biased.
It was a rag.
It was a public school. Whatever's best for the unions, OSSBA, or like China. China
With a Y.
Yeah. That's whatever's best for the administration. Not best for teachers or parents or students.
Yeah, and before I go, I want to mention, I was singing their praises last week about the
We have so many comments.
the porno stuff that we got out of the school, right? That I got out of the school. But I still want to drive home the point that had I not had the actual pages, I had to go out of my way to download this book because they wouldn't let me in the library to look at the books. So I had to go and find it because it wasn't in the public library, and download those pictures before anybody would take me seriously. And I came to them and said, my daughter told me that she saw this nasty crap. She read it in a book. So we need to figure out. They weren't going to believe me. So even though they went ahead and made decisive action here, there's still work to be done, and I've told them that again, and Mark acknowledged that that's true, but, to what extent they'll do anything about it, I don't know. But they need to start listening to parents. They need to just start listening to them. If somebody, if my daughter said, hey, this teacher touched me inappropriately or whatever, and I go to the school and they're like, well, Mr. Riley, we don't have any video of that. We can't prove it. If that's the reaction.
Right.
No, they need to investigate it immediately, especially that kind of crap. I'll leave with that.
Before I leave, I just want you to go home and watch this stupid ass video that I'm showing you right now.
I think I've seen that.
No, it just came out 47 minutes ago.
Oh, I don't understand her videos. That one with Muskogee, it's so weird.
This one is too.
There's no information, and I've asked, and she won't respond. I've talked to this. I've sent this lady emails a long time ago. Nothing. This even before Ryan.
I can call Ryan Walters right now and get him on the phone.
Yeah, well, not everybody would be able to. I don't know how responsive he is to other people. I can't speak to that.
Are you saying I'm special?
One way or the well, I mean,
whatever.
Right. But this is like a brick wall. I mean,
she has nothing,
and there's nothing about her,
and that's why I haven't
information. I don't like it.
And just to be honest, this is why I have not attacked her as a Republican, because there's nothing to fucking attack.
Yeah. Oh, we only got 5 people watching, so I guess we're gonna have to go.
All right.
It looks jittery for some reason. Yeah.
It has the entire time.
Yeah. Oh, has it been doing that
the entire time?
Well, I hope it didn't like that in life.
Anyway, Jesus loves us.
Yeah. So, that's it for this week. We will see you guys on Thursday.
We're already through 6 episodes.
Yeah, 6 episodes. Thursday on the 1st, maybe around 7 o'clock. It might be later because we're gonna have to go down there and get everything set up.
Right.
And all the and it's a bit of a drive for us.
Yeah.
So if you want to,
but we're doing it for you.
Yeah. Support us. Find a way somehow.
Comments, questions, topics. Yep. What do you want to hear from us?
Yeah.
We love the feedback.
We're hams, both of us. We love attention.
Absolutely. He loves it a little bit more than I do.
I don't know about that. I am especially the fake Ron though.
Especially when it comes to like board meetings and focus groups and shit. He likes to.
Yeah. I just like to. Yeah. I mean, I like. I am a troll too. Just like it that when I said that, we could keep removing pornographic material.
Oh, that was so good.
I thought that was hilarious. I thought about.
I wish I'd took a picture of that.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, if you have anything you want, reach out.
Yeah.
Left, right. You hate me, you hate him.
Yeah.
Reach out.
We don't care.
I don't give a shit.
We still love you anyway.
I'm gonna talk to you.